it's not what they actually want to do. They don't feel like they have a choice. There is no consent when it's coerced.
A prison revelation from polygamist leader Warren Jeffs is reigniting fears surrounding the fundamentalist LDS Church.
Some say families are being split up and marriages within the group may soon resume.
Fox 13 News reporter Ben Winslow has more.
Fundamentalist LDS Church leader Warren Jeffs may be in prison, but he's apparently still very much in charge. A recent edict issued by Jeffs is alarming some former members of the church.
I have family members who have had their children taken away within the last few weeks. People are being told they're no longer worthy enough to have their children.
This document was put out in the community. It calls for prayers for Jeffs to be released from prison, but also asks for letters with information about his followers, including photos and details about their families. The document calls for some who've been ousted to return, calling on fathers to gather up their children, while Jeffs later suggests those who have sinned will be cast out. He proclaims that marriages will soon take place for those deemed worthy.
There are people being called back to their families that have been faithful and waiting for this call for 10, 15 years or longer, and they're elated. And then I'm hearing some just call and get their family back together, and then they are sent away again within a week of gathering their family up. And then I'm also hearing people that have said, thank you, but no thank you. I've moved on with my life.
Alina Darger runs a nonprofit that works with people in polygamous communities. Her organization takes no position on their beliefs, but tries to offer resources. She says the edict has brought up concerns for some about what might happen next, and Cherished Families is already getting calls.
We're going to need housing. We're going to need, food and emergency supplies, and it just kind of, it's always a need that's evolving, but we'll see what goes on.
Some ex-members tell Fox 13 News they are worried about families being split apart again and marriages resuming.
I think we're going back to extreme, you're in or out, and where people are going to be cut off and the children are being gathered up.
Jeffs is serving a life sentence in a Texas prison for child sex assault related to underage marriages. Many of his followers have scattered across Utah and the country, abandoning Hilldale and Colorado City for other places. It's a result of political and prosecutorial pressure on the FLDS Church. The Utah Attorney General's office tells me it is aware of Jeffs' latest edict and is looking into it, but wouldn't say any more than that.
Laws are useless if they aren't enforced. And so far, nobody has been really willing to actually enforce the law.
Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.